Hello heroes, Joe Smith here. Just saw an interesting story on the news. So apparently the U.S. U.S. Olympics basketball team was going to send an all-black roster to the Olympics. But then, since blacks are oppressed and blacks don't have the same opportunities as white people, supposedly, allegedly, according to the news headline, the news story, I believe ESPN is reporting this. They decided to redo the roster and add a single token white person. So, Kevin Love, congratulations for being a 5-time All-Star and for being the token white guy on the latest U.S. Olympics basketball team. Thoughts, comments, opinions? Should it be more diversified? Maybe add some Spanish players or Asian players or maybe another white player. So we add transsexual players, like women that used to be men, or men that used to be women, or whatever. I guess on the men's team it would be a woman turned man. Wonder how many men turned women are going to be on the U.S. Olympics teams. Guess we'll just have to wait to see. Thoughts, comments, suggestions, ideas. What's your opinions on this stuff? Is this just getting a little too crazy? There's a lot of people that just happen to be born with a darker skin color that are really good at basketball because they maybe grew up poor and parents couldn't afford to buy them bicycles or video games or stuff like that, so they just went out and shot hoops and played basketball with the other neighbor kids. So there are a lot of people who grew up poor that are really good at basketball, and don't matter what color their skin is. If there's another player that's black that would be a better asset to the team than Kevin Love would be, then Joe Smith here thinks it's racist or discriminating to kick the black player off, even though the rest of the team is all black, just to replace it with a white guy, just to have a white guy there. I think that's kind of like affirmative action in reverse. We want the best and the brightest, the most talented players representing our country. If they all happen to be of a certain race or none of them happen to be of a certain other race, that shouldn't matter. It's not racist to exclude it. We're just picking. There's only 10 spots or something, and 350 million people to choose from. If the best 10 basketball players we have in America happen to be black, so be it. Send an all-black team. Joe Smith don't got a problem with it. But to kick a better qualified black player off the team, to replace it with a white player, and now Kevin Love is a great player, great guy. But if a black player is better than him, it would help the team more than Kevin potentially could. And it's kind of unfair to that other player to get kicked off the team just to have a racially diverse team. This racial diversity is getting too much crap. Some of us, not all of us grow up wanting to be an NBA star. Not all of us grow up wanting to be a sports star. Some of us grow up wanting to be mechanics. Some grow up wanting to be in the army. Some people grow up wanting to be comedians or artists or movie stars or astronauts or pilots or police officers or firefighters or doctors. You know, we all have our different talents, our different interests. Um, some people are better at basketball. Some people are better at fixing cars. You're going to have a NASCAR pit crew, then you want the best mechanics and pit crew members, regardless of race, men, women, whatever. Yeah, there's some couple women on pit crews and racing. Forget if it was like Formula One or Indy or NASCAR or what, but have heard of a couple women pit crews. And the women said that they aren't on the team just because they're a woman. They didn't make the pit crew because they're a woman. They made it because they beat out, they were faster at changing tire than the other guys that applied. And that's how it should be. These women didn't make the pit crew on these race teams just because they were a woman or just because their skin color. They beat out the other people that applied. They beat out the men that applied. They could change the tire faster than the other guys that applied did. So the woman got the job. And that's how it should be. If the best 10 basketball players we have in America are black, so be it. That's just how it happens to be. They tried harder, they practiced more, they worked harder growing up all their life. They devote more time. So if they should be rewarded, or that's someone that worked hard, made sacrifices, devoted all his time to someday be on the U.S. Olympics basketball team, and then got kicked off just because, well, we already got a team full of black people, and all this racial bullshit. We got to add a white person to the team that's not as good as you, just to, make it look like we're diverse. That's bullshit. That's not fair to that person, that black person that worked harder to get that last spot on that team. That's not fair to him. That's racist. That's racism right there. So by these woke people trying not to be racist, they're being racist. If we send an all-white baseball team and an all-black football team, or is there even football or in the Olympics, or if we send like all-black basketball team and an all-white hockey team, well, different areas, different sports are more popular, and different people are into different sports differently, or not into sports at all. Doesn't mean white people can't play basketball, don't mean black people can't play hockey. But it's just that those people preferred basketball over hockey, or those hockey players preferred hockey over basketball. And that's what was popular where they grew up, maybe. And that's what they worked hard to get good at. And that's Joel Smith's thoughts, opinions, comments here on the subject matter. What's your guys' thoughts and comments and opinions for that? You think that was unfair? I'm not sure. I didn't really read the full story. Don't know who got kicked off the team to add at least one white player. But Kevin Love, I guess. 5-time All-Star. Great player, great guy. There's a lot of people that are deserving to maybe be on the Olympic team, but there's only so many spots. And you're supposed to take the top 10 best, or however many spots there are, to fill the roster regardless of age or race or skin color or religion or anything like that. At least that's how Joel Smith thinks it should be. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Tell your friends about Joel Smith. And thanks for 500 subscribers, heroes. Heroes, you did it. 500 plus subscribers. And thank you, Tommy Boy, for helping put Joel Smith over 500 subscribers. And Joel Smith, signing out.